The focus of the Biden administration today is all about storm recovery. Vice President Harris will be in Georgia while President Biden is headed to North and South Carolina. Folks, Helene is now one of the most deadly storms to hit the continental United States. CBS News correspondent Skyler Henry is in Asheville, North Carolina. And earlier this week, Skyler, we saw the devastation. We can still see it behind you now. Where are we in the recovery efforts? What are folks telling you?
Yeah, we are in the River Arch District, which is here in Asheville. It's actually right above one of the rivers that saw those historic level of floodwaters, the French Broad River. All of it washed away. And this was the place where many of the artists here in town really found their livelihoods in terms of the galleries and custom pieces that they would put together for people all across the world. As for the recovery process, we have heard from people all throughout the post-Helene aftermath, if you will. They say that they are without water, they are without food, they are without power and other medical supplies. We actually ran into a gentleman who was using his own plastic gallons to fill up from the river just so that he had the ability to flush the toilets and use it for additional plumbing needs. People that we also spoke with say that they have heard different things as it relates to trying to get their water back up and running, 4 to 6 weeks. Power, officials say that it may take several days before there is a significant jump in terms of the people getting access to said power. As of right now, at least here in Buncombe County, about 97,000 people still do not have power. And as it relates to supplies, we've seen really neighbors helping neighbors. We were in a community just yesterday where folks were just sharing what they have in terms of stuff that was in their refrigerator because they did not want that food to go bad, obviously with no power. And so they were out there grilling and doing everything that they can. And it really is just trying to share as many resources as possible because everyone realizes how dire the situation is right now.
We asked about what folks are telling you about what they've gone through over the last couple of days, Skyler. What are they saying about what they want to hear from President Biden today?
Yeah, well, you know, it's just about getting resources here, Vlad. Actually, maybe 5 minutes ago, a woman that we spoke with talked about just how emotional she was in terms of just seeing so many different law enforcement agencies, state officials coming into the Asheville area to help out where they can. We spoke with a gentleman from the Cajun Navy who was on his way to go help someone get out of their property. And that is more so of what these folks say that they want to hear from not only President Biden, from the governor here, Roy Cooper, and other top officials, is just send the cavalry in, continue to send those resources. They realize that this process will be a slow one, especially in some of the more harder to reach communities. But they say that they need as much help as they possibly can. And that's not with those essential items that I was talking about, but that's medical supplies, that's gasoline, just to get from one point to the other that we've seen so many people struggle with in terms of access. And so I think the more supplies, the more demand, as it were. The federal response certainly has to ramp up in terms of what people are saying, but they say that they realize everything is going to take a bit of time in order for all of that to recover.
All right. We're hoping that they are able to get that recovery that they sorely need. Skyler, thank you very much. You've been doing some incredible reporting on the ground over the last couple of days, and we appreciate it.